Yeah, we just used
kind of
the
a backup.
recording of the
YouTube.
YouTube recording that is automatically generated, and then we put it in a playlist and it stays there forever.
Yeah, and then once in a while, like we forget, something happens to the recording we made, and we can just, we want to keep a copy on our computer, then we'd have to download the YouTube one. But generally speaking, it's nice to have both.
Yeah.
Because, if
Because
there's
why
a
not?
glitch in one place, it might not be in another.
Okay, we're on YouTube. I can see you. I'm the only one watching so far.
I was just about to get on there. Okay.
And then the only thing about YouTube, David, I noticed that, we always save the chat and send it to the musicians at the end of the Zoom thing when you do but you have to wait for the recording to stop, and then it gives you the chat stuff and then just forward it. But in YouTube, I don't think there's a way to save the chat. So I usually just go in there and just cut, copy it.
Save the YouTube chat.
I just usually do there's usually not much there.
Yeah, I didn't realize that people chatted on YouTube much.
Not much.
Yeah,
Guys, I have one more question before we play. So are the people around the United States or beyond, or what do you think?
We have people in Australia and Japan and UK. How do I mute myself on YouTube? I guess I don't need to watch the YouTube.
Okay, we had 10 people in the waiting room.
Yeah, might as well open it up.
Yeah, we get a couple of regulars from Australia, Richard McEwen and that gal, and Hiromasa Kase is usually there from Japan, and sometimes Bosco. And then
They live in Japan?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Hiramasa does.
He's Japanese, and he's a great banjo player.
He's been playing banjo longer than I have.
I remember Hiramasa.
Yeah.
I think he's the one who greeted us when the Bluestein family went to Japan. He had a custom-made T-shirt for me with the skillet lickers on it.
Ah, right.
Wow, where am I? Pinch me.
That sounds like something.
And there he is. We were just talking about you, Hero.
Talking about you, Hero.
So Brendan and I are in Kansas visiting with Howard Raines and Tricia Spencer, and so David is running the show today, but we're going to participate. So take it away, David. Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome. We're really glad to have Evo Bluestein and Terry Barrett joining us from Fresno, and they're going to play a variety of instruments. And why don't you guys take it away? I'll just go on.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for having us. Terry Barrett, in case you don't know Terry Barrett, he is the #1 apprentice to the legendary Kenny Hall, the blind musician associated with Fresno for
that's a big responsibility.
Many years. Yeah, well, you wear it well. Terry and I have been playing together for many years, starting with our band called the Round Town Boys. And so somebody asked us last night at a gig, what do you call yourselves? And I said, well, Terry and I been the Round Town Boys, so let's just be the Round Town Boys. Anyway, here is, if you have the Kenny Hall book, which is a wonderful thing put together by Vicky Mendy Gray and published on Mel Bay, you can find it if you don't have it. It's, on Amazon or elsewhere. It's a wonderful collection if you read, or just a wonderful reference. And we'll do one tune that everyone associates with Kenny called Hob Dye. And it's in G, and it's pretty simple, a G-C-D tune, 1-4-5. So here we go. started off in G, and so for you banjo players, let's try to do another one in G. You know what was a great thing associated with Kenny Hall and the Sweets Mill String Band? Of course, it goes way back and so many versions. The Skillet Lickers had versions of it and so many versions of this tune, but around here, to avoid any trouble, we just call it Stony Point. Some of you will know what I mean. Now, if I see one of you on this big, on my big screen, does that mean you're not muted? Not
I
necessarily.
can't hear anybody.
Not necessarily. It might be the last person who talked.
Okay.
Okay.
But here we go with
You can
Stony
also
Point.
spotlight yourself.
Also in G, there is an E minor part in it for anybody. who's
David,
not-
you can spotlight them.
Press shift command.
Evo's muted now.
Yeah, Evo and Terry, you need to unmute yourself.
Did I get muted somehow? Okay, here we go.
Wow, I was going to
Sorry
say, you're
about
getting
that,
a little
folks.
speedy there.
We're on the racetrack there.
We got carried away there. We'll try to bring it down a little bit. Hey, why don't you want to play guitar on Possum Monorail?
Okay, sure.
And I don't know. I might have taught Kenny this one. He used to say, "Here's how to get a drink off Evo Bluestein," and he'd play this tune. He'd play this tune. It must have been a favorite of mine way back then. I had to buy everybody at the Sweets Mill Cantina a drink.
Okay.
With the guitar and the fiddle. Oh, let's do that. So there was this famous Appalachian fiddler y'all know about, Dad Crockett and the Crockett family. His name was John Crockett, and they came to Fresno, of all places, in California. And I was we were too young. You never met the Crockett's, did you? But you know,
Got the descendants of the Crockett's.
yeah. So this is the tune. A lot of people know this. It's called Crockett's Honeymoon. So here we go. Still in G for all you banjo players. Don't go nowhere. I know what we should do. So why don't you play fiddle again, and we'll do that Highway Boogie.
Oh, Highway Boogie. Now there's a local tune.
Yeah. Now this was made up by a guy named Mississippi Slim, is how he was known, and even before Sweets Mill Music Camp, there was a place out on the Kings River called Pierce's Park, infamous little bar where a lot of music happened because of a guy named Otis Pierce. But the guy who is attributed, the song is attributed to, is known as Mississippi Slim, and so anyway, let's just play
All right.
the highway boogie. Just so you know, the highway that goes out there to Pierce's Park is Highway 180, which takes you up to Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Park, and you go through this little town called Centerville, which was where Pierce's Park was. And so here's the Highway Boogie. So that is not in Kenny's book. There's some, like Vicky's book of Kenny's tunes is really awesome collection of what Kenny did, but you couldn't collect all of Kenny's music in one book. It took this guy. He's the he's the collection of Kenny's music. And actually, we'll do another one of his that is not in the book in a while in a different key. But while we're in G, would you hang on to that?
Okay.
Unless you want to do Peeler Creek Waltz on your mandolin. So we're going to do a waltz in G that's well known, Peeler Creek Waltz. Also, this is in the Kenny Hall book, and most people know that by hook or by crook somehow traced back through Kenny Hall. And around here, in the Fresno Folklore Society jam sessions, they've taken to doing it in a medley with Peeler's Jacket. What's the name of that? Teetotaler's Reel in G, because they're almost the same tune. One is a waltz and one is a reel. So why don't we do that? We'll do. You want to do it that way?
Well,
That's the way a lot of people play it around here.
you gotta
anyway.
live dangerously.
Yeah,
You gotta
okay.
take chances.
Yeah. So let's see. I'll play. So they're both in G, and they both have E minor in it. Temperance Reel, Teetotaler's Reel, all the same thing. Peeler's Jacket. But we'll start off with, the other name for Peeler Creek Waltz, Feed Your Babies Onions. You'll see why in a minute. A little slow.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Well, we've been kind enough to the banjo players, so now we're gonna do something in B flat. No, just kidding. We're gonna change keys though to C. So banjo players, if you'd like to readjust, this is a good time. We're having a good time. All right, so key of C, we got some goodies for you in the Kenny Hall vein. You know, one of the big influences on Kenny when he was a younger feller was the Happy Hayseeds from Stockton, California, who had a radio show regularly, and he really learned a lot from listening to them. So let's do the Ladies Quadrille.
Okay.
A lot of polka-like tunes from the Happy Hayseeds. Their name was, it was a family named Lamb from Idaho. And like I said, a lot of polka-like things. Here's one of them called Ladies Quadrille. Key of G. Back to C. From the top. One more. La da dee 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 da 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 da. Stop smiling so
Yeah.
much. All right. Yay!
Yay.
ladies. Yay for the ladies. All right. Well, now here we are in C. Here, I know. Let's do fiddle and mandolin on the Skillet Liquors version of Georgia Wagner.
Oh.
Because, you know, if you don't know it, it's just kind of like playing chords in the key of C. There's a lot of versions of Wagner, but this one's pretty straightforward. Nothing too weird about it. Speaking of the Skillet Liquors, there's a tune called, Kenny Hall. If he didn't know the name of a tune, that didn't bother him. He would just often make one up. Or if he didn't know the lyrics, or if there were no lyrics, he'd make some up. And so I think maybe this tune was called Going Back to Georgia or something like that. But we know it. You know it as Rattlesnake Bit the Baby. And there's lots of reasons. There's a story behind that, and a number of stories behind that, but we're not going to take a lot of time to talk about it right now. Let's just play a great old C tune. What do you want to play it on?
Not the mandolin.
Okay, fiddle or banjo? I mean, fiddle or guitar?
I'll play guitar.
Okay. Rattlesnake bit the baby. Here we go. baby. Ha ha ha, the baby. Frankie shot Albert. Ha ha ha, Albert. Let the baby ready to go riding crazy. Well,
Yeah.
here we are again, just off of the chain gang. You know what that judge said about making corn liquor?
Yeah.
Well, we got about 20 barrels, 20, what is it? Anyway. I was thinking, what was I thinking? Key of C? Well, why don't you just play that old, Goose Dye set?
Goose Dye something. There you
Yeah.
go.
This is
Here's
kind of,
Here's one you don't hear every day.
yeah, this is in the Kenny Hall book and kind of unique to Kenny's repertoire. And it's a C, almost like a rag, you know. Goose sitting right on them eggs. Goose that sitting. had a setting, and oh, good. So I was wondering, banjo players, would you like to go to D? And I'm going to ask Terry if he'd play this cool version of 8th of January that is in Kenny. Sometimes, you know, he would say, well, here's the version from Arkansas. And then he'd say, well, here's the version from Oklahoma. And now here's the Kentucky version. And he's got about 3 versions of 8th of January in the book. This one, I don't think he said where it's from, but I can't get Terry to remember how it goes because he
I always
knows
play the wrong one.
he knows so many versions of 8th of January. But we'll see which one comes out. But I think I'm gonna play auto harp on this. Not that one.
No. Good.
Well, you play whichever one comes out. I don't
Yeah.
care. Well, let's see. Well, here it is. Let's see.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Key of D, everybody. It's got several parts, but it's almost like they're all the same part, you know. It's all turkey in the straw. Just kidding. But still, there's a difference. love that. Isn't that pretty? It's really nice on the auto harp,
Simple,
you know.
Nice and simple.
That's good. And we got the right one out of him. That's good.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Oh, while we're in D, so this is my chance to plug a recent CD that Terry made with Harry and Cindy Leadstrand. It was a great little thing. Harry Leadstrand was in the Sweet Smell String Band, and later Terry was in the Long Haul String Band. Both of them were Kenny Hall bands, but Terry and Harry weren't in the same band. But eventually they found out that they both knew a repertoire of tunes from Kenny that was not in the book and had never been recorded by Kenny. So they put out a CD called Dos Valley Trio, is that right?
Ghost Valley Trio, yeah.
Dos Valley Trio, and you can get it from Harry's website, just look up Harry Leadstrand or Dos Valley Trio. Anyway, this tune came from the fiddler who was associated for a long time with the Henry Ford square dance band. Henry Ford sponsored a. No, I'm going to play that.
Okay.
You play the fiddle.
Okay.
Or the mandolin. Henry Ford sponsored a square dance band with a hammered dulcimer and Melly Dunham on fiddle. And this is a tune they played called Forest of Bondi, or Forest of Bundy sometimes
I
called.
want to play mandolin if I can find my pick.
Well, there's 3 right here.
Oh,
There are 2 right here.
there it is.
So, pretty straightforward. Key of D. Oh, wait, I'm going to do this just so that little more of Terry shows there. Okay. I sped that up to our tempo that we
Yeah,
like. Well, while you're in D, why don't we do a wonderful Kenny version of Heel and Toe Polka? It's in D, but I think at one point there's a part in G, maybe, right? Or
Yeah.
and it's got about 5 or 7 parts, but pretty little thing. The Heel and Toe Polka, key of D.
There it is. Okay, here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
First your heel and then your toe, then you dance polka-o. First your heel and then your toe, then you dance polka-o.
Yeah.
Now, what key is Shasta Waltz? Is that in D?
Yeah.
All right, well, we only did one waltz, so let's do the Mount Shasta Waltz, and that goes a few places itself, I think, another key as well. So, y'all just do the best you can. You're sounding great.
Thank you. You guys have been great. I wanted to step in for a second and thank you on behalf of everyone. And you can keep playing, but everyone should remember that in 2 weeks' time we have Jimmy Triplett playing on the 13th of March, and he does a lot of great West Virginia stuff. Don't forget to. I put in some tip information in the chat, and it'll probably be some follow-up emails. And of course, you can always come back and watch this again on YouTube. You can slow it down, speed it up, change it to whatever pace you like.
And if you have any,
I think it's the 11th of March.
11th
right?
of March, thank you.
if you have any comments or anything you'd like to relate to me, you can always email me directly or visit the website evobluestein.com and see what kind of goodies are there, books and CDs and everything else that's going on. And or a message for Terry, just feel free to contact us. And it says from Doug Rippey to everyone, post the virtual tip jar again, please. Hey, Doug Rippey.
Hello, Doug.
Maybe let's do two more. We'll do this Mount Shasta Waltz and then another tune. So this is it, the Mount Shasta Waltz. Cool.
Okay.
So we'll close with the Steph's Reel.
Oh, okay.
The one you want to play fiddle?
Yeah.
All right, and I'll play banjo. You know, when I first learned Steph's Reel, which is, well, we didn't know the name of it, so we called it the Irish Banjo Tune because I don't know why. There was my old recording of it on banjo or something. Oh, this needs the capo. Here. So then, you know, Irish Banjo Tune was a good enough name, and Stephanie Myers, according to Kenny, could make a mean cherry pie. So,
Here we are in the key of A.
yeah, A modal.
A modal. Whatever. Bing.
Don't say ping. And then we found out later there's a Scottish march called Campbell's Farewell to Red Gap. So you want to call it the Irish Banjo Tune? I still do. A lot of people call it Steph's Reel. And we'll close with this one. All right. Thank you for joining us.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
That's a pretty one.
Thank you all
Thank you.
for having us. Max and Brendan and David and everybody who showed
Hey,
up.
thank you guys. It was super,
Yeah,
really fun.
great fun watching you from Kansas.
And it was fun watching you and hi, Evo.
Hi, Zeke. Remind me where you're watching from, Zeke.
Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Beautiful. Hey,
Hello.
now it's time to say goodbye.
Well, good night, Evo and Terry.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Stopping the recording.